Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Nick here, and today we're going to be talking about Bitcoin. Also, we're going to analyze quickly the LOOM roadmap just because I know a lot of people have been kind of, upset about me kind of changing my mind from being very bullish to sort of being on the fence about the project. And we'll talk about that as well in this video just to kind of address it. And it's kind of stupid of me to even have to address it just because of how bad the roadmap was, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So, we're looking at our ABC correction. A lot of people were pretty much, coming at my throat, talking to me about, hey, we're not going to see Bitcoin sub 40K at all. In 2 days, I'm going to laugh at you when, Bitcoin's over 40K and it's well on its way to a pump to 50K plus. Those types of people are the same people that will tell you that a coin's going to $5 when, the next day it's, at a 50% loss or something like that. I don't have moon boots on. I'm not going to show you, just absolute false hope. I'm going to be here to deliver realistic viewpoints and, charting it in front of your faces to show you that this could happen. This is very possible. Bitcoin loves the 702 Fibonacci retracement levels, and the graph told us all day, all week, and even all month that this drop was going to happen. 58K was definitely the top. We already knew that. From 58K down to even this A mark, if we look at it, let's go look at what that percentage was. So we have this 58.2, give or take, obviously, but that's only a 36% drop. And even if we hit our C mark of 29K, that's only a 50% drop. We've seen those types of drops happen before in bull markets, and it's really not a crazy thing to actually happen, especially once panic selling happens. Once we get to that 43K level, because 43K right now is, our falsified support. The true support is at 38K. That's our actual, Bitcoin support that's not falsified by the bears or anything like that. Once we hit that 38K, and if we fall below 38K, we will be in a free fall down to about, 36 or even lower. I can't tell you where we're going to hit, but I will say right now, I will be buying all my alts at 42.5 down to 38K. That's just my personal self not being too greedy with my buy orders. Now, would I love to buy at these low levels down here when it brings the altcoin market down over 40%? Absolutely. I even bought today on that dip down to about 43K flat. I was buying alts all day. I only buy on the dips. That's all I buy. I will never buy a pump. I will never shill a pump. When a coin is up over 20%, I am not going to tell you guys to buy into it. If a pump is a pump and we get a huge green candle, you could bet yourself that we are going to come back down in due time. Nobody knows when we're going to go, parabolic, and nobody knows when we're going to just completely dump. But I will say this ABC correction will most likely happen, especially Bitcoin hitting 38K. It's a guarantee. I can almost guarantee you that right now. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that on Twitter, and I know a lot of people will say that it's FUD and whatnot, but at the end of the day, we need to be realistic. We need to chart it. We need to look at the graph. We need to analyze what's happening. And I really think that this ABC correction is going to happen. I think that we come down here and we go to B. The altcoins most likely separate here. Bitcoin could hit this low without the altcoins coming with it, as long as the Bitcoin dominance is not, a problem for us. We will also analyze that and look into it. But I think this will most likely be our true bottom. We might bottom out a little bit lower than 38K, but for the most part, this will ensue alt season. And I'm not gonna be here shilling, Loom to you guys when I don't believe in Loom as well. And we will talk about that 100%. Now, I do have this the same chart that we're looking at here, but I want to talk about something interesting. So this is our ABC pattern. Now, in the case where the altcoins follow Bitcoin to the C mark, all right, from our current price point of about 45,817, because we dropped a little bit from when I initially started this video, we could see about a 36, almost 40% decrease in price. A lot of the altcoins that I've been looking at, like Dash and BCH, as well as EOS and stuff like that, pretty much all the OG coins, have already fallen 40%. Now, they probably will not follow this. They'll probably drop down a little bit, but I'm not seeing a 40% decrease for those types of alts. Maybe a 20% at best. Now, I do know a lot of people have been talking to me about, where do you see XRP, where do you see XLM, where do you see all these coins? Realistically, just set your comfortable buy orders, and if they get hit, then great. If they don't, then you still have that extra fiat on the side to buy some dips. Now, the best advice that I could give anybody is to, one, don't be greedy with your buy orders. My buy orders are set at current prices just because I could afford for them not to be hit. Now, for any average investor, I know that a lot of you, if your buy orders don't get hit, you'll probably be, very upset. Your emotions will get the best of you, and you'll buy a pump. Just be careful, be cautious. We are going into this bull market, and it's going to be an absolute insane run up, and I don't want anybody to miss out. Listen, I get it. When I was sort of, telling everybody where I seen Loom and Bitcoin going, I was getting called out for being, a fudder. I'm selling the FUD to buy, cheap coins. I will never try to manipulate, the market. I can't. I'm just one person, and honestly, I don't even have that big of a following to even try to manipulate the market. I will say this though. I am on the retail investor's side here. I don't want anybody to lose out on incredible pumps that we're going to be seeing this alt season. I want us all to get rich. I don't want somebody sitting on the sidelines saying, hey, I put this buy order in and it didn't get hit. That's why I want you to all be cautious, all be careful, and make sure that you set comfortable yet realistic buy orders. I don't want, somebody to set a buy order for, we'll just say Loom, for an example, at 5 cents just because I believe that we could see 5 cents. I want you guys to set comfortable and realistic buy orders. Now, if we are talking about Loom, let's go to Loom real quick. Now, before, when I was looking at Loom, I was very, very bullish on it. I actually had a chart set up for the ABC correction that we've seen with Bitcoin happening. And I mentioned, now this, obviously the market moved before I could even make a video with this, but we will talk about this. So currently, Loom is trading at 11 cents, almost flat. I know a lot of people don't want to see Loom hit 8 cents, 7 cents, etc. Now, I will say this, okay? Loom has yet to see a huge impulse in price. The 18.5 cent range that we've seen here to where we are now is about a 68% dip. We actually got almost over 100% dip down to this 8.7, we'll say, just 8.7 cent range. Now, this is only a 113% dip. Okay, it's a difference of almost 9, almost 10 cents. Now, if we could dip that much before before Bitcoin really takes its dip, just imagine where we could see the price point on this. Now, I know that's not a realistic and logical way of looking at it, but I just wanted to show you guys where we will head if we hit that same point. So if we seen 100, we'll just say 100% dip, it will put us at about 5.5 cents. Now, do I see this playing out? If Bitcoin hits that C mark and we follow with it, yes, we could see this playing out. But I truly think, and this is me being logical here, the actual bottom for Loom is probably about 7.5 cents, give or take, which that's a 40%, almost 50% dip. If we see just a 40% correction, like Bitcoin will most likely see, it's about 78196. This is totally healthy. And I'm not going to, respond to anybody calling me a fudster to buy cheap coins. This is logical. I'm saying we could see that 100% dip, but it's highly doubtful. It's highly doubtful that will ever play out, just because I don't think that we run down with Bitcoin at that point. I think we separate and the alt season starts. But I will say this, this 40% dip is very logical to happen. I think 7, 8, and we'll just say 0.0785 is very logical for Loom. Now, that would have been my original buy order. This would have been my original buy order, this 7, 8.5. But I already said I am no longer buying Loom. And the reason why I will say that I'm no longer buying Loom is because of the roadmap. Now let's come over here to this roadmap. And we'll talk about why I actually don't like this roadmap, and we'll go into detail. I kind of already mentioned it on Twitter why I don't like this roadmap, but we'll just go over it anyways. So, to pretty much start off, I will say this. The main reason why I don't like this roadmap is because there is no info on their main focus. We just get, in 2020, our main focus was on building out our enterprise platform by running a number of pilot projects in collaboration with local hospitals. On top of the technical and administrative challenges, we also had to contend with the unique challenges posed by the ongoing pandemic. We're quite proud of what we've built so far, no info on that, and seeing our tech alleviate the drudgery of hospital staff has been quite rewarding. I am not seeing any of that. I mean, if they posted some updates or even, gave us some insight to this project, I would have absolutely bought into this. We really don't see any news from them. I mean, anything besides, just like little stuff like upcoming maintenance or Upbit has, completed their Loom token swap, whatever. I was very bullish on this healthcare project. And then, we got this, and then we get this year, we'll continue improving our enterprise platform and expanding its reach to new hospital departments. However, it would be foolish of us to ignore the explosion of activity around DeFi any longer. No, it would not have been foolish. You did not need to go into DeFi at all. I mean, listen, do I think DeFi is better than what they were trying to do with the healthcare system? Sure, because I really never really liked the idea of Loom, being a healthcare company. They came from games and they transitioned into healthcare, and it just kind of seems sketchy. It seemed like they really wouldn't know anything about, how to run this project in the healthcare system. So it's not a bad thing for them to go into DeFi at all. Now, yeah, I don't like the pivot at all, as well as a number of people didn't like them pivoting into a new system. I thought that was absolutely idiotic for them to do. I mean, that would turn any average investor away. But not only that, But like we really, I mean, they're just kind of giving us, a tutorial on how DeFi works. We already know what DeFi is. We know how it works. I mean, they're just saying the Loom token swap plays an important part, but they gave us no update on the token swap when it's going to actually happen. They really didn't give us much to go off of with this. Like this is just all kind of thrown together in my opinion. Not only that, but like I do like the Loom staking. That's cool. But who wants to stake a coin that's going to have little to no value if they don't actually have a solid project? You know, they had a good project going with, the whole game sort of side thing, because NFTs are actually at a high, demand right now. We already seen NFTs be absolutely insane at this moment right now. We're seeing it actually kind of blow up. It's sort of like, collectible stuff, and crypto is kind of making it a huge thing now where any sort of individual could make a ton of cash off of just selling crypto art or collectibles. And now it's a huge market, and Loom was ahead of it. They were actually very early in it. All they needed to do was continue building out that project. And I think the healthcare project that they were building would have been incredible too, but now they're trying to focus their time onto another project. It's just, I don't know. My trust and my patience with the project is kind of, at the low end right now. They keep pivoting, they keep changing their project. I just want them to focus on one thing and get us actual substance. I don't want to buy into, a project that's not even live, it's not even out or anything like that. There's so many other opportunities in this space where we could see, incredible gains. OXT is a great example of this. OXT is a good project. We have DNT, Mana, Civic. I mean, these projects are live. They're live projects. They have a team behind them that are working consistently on them, giving out updates constantly. And here's Loom, a project and a team that gives us a thrown together, roadmap, and then they have the guts to go onto Telegram and say, "Hey, we listened to the feedback. We're going to come out with an updated, roadmap." To me, that sounds like a company saying, "Hey, our investors are mad. Let's sell them, let's sell them what they want to hear." I wanted to hear what I've been waiting to hear in this roadmap. I don't need an updated roadmap. I knew that the roadmap wasn't going to make the pricing soar for Loom. I mentioned this in my last videos too. The roadmap's not that important. What's important is the substance in the roadmap. And guess what we got? No substance to go off of, just besides them going into DeFi. And, hey, we're working with local hospitals. All right, give us some names, give us some details, go into depth. We are investors. We need to know this stuff. I would not sell a car without telling the person what's wrong with the car or the history of the car. If they are trying to sell me on investing in Loom, I want them to try selling me on it. I want to know everything about the project, yet we have little to no substance, no information to go on, and that is why I will no longer be buying any Loom. I'm holding my original bag. I'm not telling anybody else to not buy. You guys could do your own research. You guys could hodl. I'm going to hodl my OG bag just because it already did a 5 times gain. And I just want you all to be cautious with this project because we already seen it pivot now almost 3 times. That's pretty much my opinion on Loom. It's not FUD. It's my realistic viewpoints. It's why, I got very upset because, people have been holding Loom for a very long time. It's been over a year since they transitioned into healthcare. They had a whole year to make a good roadmap, to give details, to give specifics, and we got none of that. And guys, with that being said, that is my viewpoint on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going down to 38K. I believe it. I know it. I trust it. And that's my honest opinion on Loom as well. That's why I'm not buying anymore. That's why I kind of changed to HBAR and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my analysis on that. I hope to see you guys all get a little bit wealthier here soon, and I want you all to just know that I'm here for you guys, and I thank you all for supporting me and just sticking by me through this absolute incredible market. I hope that you all have a great day slash night. I will catch you guys in a new video here soon, maybe on DNT, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about it. But nonetheless, I will catch you all later. This is Nick, and peace out, guys.